This video examines a real criminal case currently unfolding in the United States. All information presented here is based on publicly available court documents, official law enforcement statements, and verified news reporting. All individuals mentioned are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. This report is intended strictly for educational and informational purposes and does not speculate on guilt or innocence. Cases involving missing children are among the most emotionally charged stories in modern criminal justice. They raise difficult questions about trust, responsibility, and the systems designed to protect vulnerable individuals. Today, we are examining the Melodee Buzzard case, a case that has drawn national attention not because of sensational details, but because of its legal complexity and the serious issues it raises. In October of 2025, a 9-year-old girl named Melodee Buzzard was reported missing. At first, the case appeared to follow a familiar and deeply troubling pattern seen in many missing child investigations. There were public appeals, active searches, and widespread concern as authorities worked to determine where Melodee was and what had happened to her. As the investigation progressed, however, the case took a dramatic turn. By December 2025, law enforcement confirmed that human remains discovered in Utah had been identified as belonging to Melodee Buzzard. Shortly afterward, prosecutors announced murder charges against Melodee's mother, Ashley Buzzard. What follows is a factual, step-by-step breakdown of how the case unfolded, where it stands legally today, and how the justice system handles cases of this nature. According to law enforcement statements, Melodee Buzzard was reported missing in October 2025. At this stage, authorities treated the situation as a missing child case, which typically triggers immediate investigative action. Missing child investigations often begin with basic but critical steps. Officers establish the last known location of the child, interview caregivers and family members, and canvass surrounding areas. Search teams may be deployed, and information is shared across agencies to expand the search radius. During this early phase, investigators generally avoid drawing conclusions. The priority is locating the child safely and gathering accurate information. As days passed without confirmed sightings, the investigation expanded. Authorities conducted interviews, reviewed timelines, and assessed inconsistencies that required closer examination. In many missing child cases, investigators must carefully balance urgency with accuracy. False assumptions can misdirect resources, while overlooked details can delay critical breakthroughs. By late 2025, law enforcement activity suggested that the case had moved beyond a routine missing person inquiry. While officials did not release extensive details at the time, developments indicated that investigators were pursuing multiple investigative leads. In December 2025, investigators announced the discovery of human remains in Utah. Forensic analysis was conducted to determine identity. Authorities later confirmed that the remains belonged to Melodee Buzzard. This development marked a turning point in the case. Once remains are identified, investigations shift from search and rescue to determining cause of death and criminal responsibility. At this stage, forensic evidence, timelines, and witness statements become central to the investigation. Every conclusion must be supported by verifiable evidence, particularly in cases likely to proceed to trial. Following the forensic identification and investigative review, prosecutors filed murder charges against Ashley Buzzard, Melodee's mother. Court records indicate that Ashley Buzzard a plea of not guilty. Prosecutors have stated their intention to seek a life sentence if a conviction is obtained. It is important to emphasize that a criminal charge represents an allegation, not a verdict. The filing of charges means prosecutors believe sufficient evidence exists to proceed to trial. It does not determine guilt. At this stage, the defense has the opportunity to challenge evidence, file motions, and present alternative explanations within the legal framework. This case has received widespread attention for several reasons. First, cases involving missing children naturally draw public concern. They resonate deeply because they involve trust, protection, and vulnerability. Second, allegations involving a parent add a layer of complexity. Courts must examine not only evidence of a crime, but also family dynamics, caregiving responsibilities, and psychological factors. Third, the case highlights how missing person investigations can evolve. What begins as a search can transform into a homicide case as evidence emerges. Public interest, however, must never override legal standards. Courts operate on evidence, not emotion. To understand where this case is headed, it helps to understand the legal process itself. After charges are filed, cases move through several phases. Pre-trial hearings determine which evidence is admissible. Both sides may file motions, challenge procedures, and request additional review. If the case proceeds to trial, prosecutors must prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. This is the highest standard of proof in the legal system. Defense attorneys are not required to prove innocence. Their role is to challenge the prosecution's case and ensure the defendant's rights are protected. This process exists to prevent wrongful convictions and ensure fairness, even in emotionally charged cases. As of this recording, the Melodee Buzzard case remains pending. Future developments may include additional court hearings, evidentiary rulings, and the scheduling of a trial. Any final outcome will be determined in a courtroom through evidence and legal argument, not speculation or public opinion. Updates will come through official court proceedings and verified reporting. Cases like this remind us why responsible reporting and legal education matter. True crime is not entertainment. It involves real people, real loss, and real consequences. This channel focuses on factual case explanations, legal context, and public understanding of how the justice system works. If you found this breakdown helpful and informative, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more fact-based true crime explanations and case updates. Thank you for watching.